Minister, and I'm going to cede my remaining time to Mr. McLean. Thank you.
Welcome, Minister. You had some good comments here about the relation with your department, I said, and the necessity of international investment in Canada. Given the last 8 years, that's a consistent failure with your government. We are down to 90% of the capital stock in Canada that we had before your government came in power. Clearly, international investment is not coming into Canada because of the uncertainty created by your government. Can you please square this for us very quickly? Right now, the only investment that's coming into Canada at all sectors of the value chain is government investment, including sometimes twice the amount that would be needed to build a plant like the one built in St. Thomas for Volkswagen.
What's how many hours, Mr. Chair, I have to answer that? I mean, Nokia, Ericsson, and the list goes on, GM, POSCO, LG, Stellantis, Volkswagen. And if I had an hour, I could list you everyone who's calling me. Everyone wants to invest in Canada. And I would say, sir,
pardon me,
no,
Mr. Minister.
Hold on, sir. You asked me a question.
I did ask you a question. You just gave me an answer. But I'm also going to say that every one of these is based on millions, tens of millions, sometimes $14 billion worth of government investment. That is not an economy. That is taxpayers' money being used to subsidize everything you're doing, every step of the value chain. And that's not exactly a business plan for Canada going forward. How are you going to attract actual international investment that isn't based upon pure government subsidy?
Well, sir, I'm not going to take lessons from a party who let the good people of St. Thomas down and let 8,000 jobs go. If my colleagues want to look at what the world is doing right now, Canada's winning, and we're winning.
So we're talking about $14 billion, $14 billion yes. for 2,000 jobs? How many jobs are we actually subsidizing
or
here?
30,000 jobs.
30,000 is
the largest
make-believe
single
now.
plan in Canada's history. And actually, Mr. Speaker, just for the record, there's nothing about 14 billion because, first of all, the company needs to build a plan of 7 billion. And if and when ever they build one battery and sell one battery, subject to the IRA, retroactively, over 10 years, there might be a production support. That's the reality of this deal. So I'd be really happy to come and explain to everyone in this House why this is the best deal for Canada with a payback of 5 years for a company who's going to be there for 100 years. I would say, I can tell you, sir, because I've been involved from day one, every jurisdiction in the world would want that plan because that's going to be the largest plant of Volkswagen in the world to produce batteries. So I have ambition for Canada. This is about possibility. It's about ambition. And you don't need to look far, sir. Just look at south of the border. Just look at what our friends are doing in the United States. I believe that we need to be there to support industry and to support our workers. That's what I did.
Thank you very much, Mr. McLean. Monsieur